to the Ebony Odyssey. My name is Jermaine Long, and I am a servant of the Most High God. I appreciate you for coming along, and as always, enjoy the journey. Today is a real talk episode, and kind of the title of this episode is The Lone Wolf. And I titled it The Lone Wolf because, you know, when you start out in any endeavor, you usually have to, you have that feeling anyway, when you go into something that, you're going into it all on your own. You ain't got nobody to have your back. You pretty much, you're out here in the wilderness and you carving your way. As a young man, I know this is how most of us think. We're carving our way in the world. We're going to work hard. We're going to put all our energy and effort, and no one can do it like we do it. And so that lone wolf mentality, it sounds good. That sounds good because, when push come to shove, you have to rely on yourself. You don't have a safety net. And, that's how I always like to keep my mindset about having a safety net. I don't, I love my family, but I know even when I was going into the army, I was like, I just want to kind of be self-sufficient, because, depending on somebody who might not, come through for you, it hurts, and I know a lot of people have, been in those situations where they've gotten hurt because they were depending on somebody and they didn't come through for them. So that lone wolf mentality will get us so far, but, eventually, if you think about what a wolf really is, the wolf, it hunts in packs, right? The wolf can hunt in packs, and they are stronger together. I think it was told that the alpha wolf can actually, go out from time to time alone. So where am I going with all this, right? I'm going to bring it all in because I'm going to say the alpha is the Most High God, and his pack are us, the people. So with that thought in mind, as I look forward, I've been here, and I have a few people, very few, that kind of understand exactly who I am. They understand exactly what the mission is. I get calls and I get texts and I get to chat with some of my friends back home. One in particular who always gives me commentary, and I'm always thankful because I know he is one of the most honest and straightforward people that I know. He doesn't sugarcoat a lot of things, and he gets straight to the point. And as men, we need that sometimes. We need to know where to improve or how to get better. So shouts out to you, Albert White. I know you'll be watching. And so with that thought in mind, having a pack to help you along the journey, because you come up against obstacles that are far too great for you to handle alone. And having, good people on your left and right when you run into these times of trouble, it's necessary. You have to do this. You have to have this, because guess what? We can't do this life alone. And sometimes the pack gets in trouble because they're not following the alpha, which again is the Most High God. So, as I've been on this journey, and I've met some really good people along the way, but now, I've whittled it down, sorry, airplanes, you know how it is. I've whittled it down to around, 3-4 people that I can put my trust in. 3 core people here that I know, I can go off and continue to hunt, and they will make sure that they, are protecting me on the left and right flank. The Army term, we always got to stay alert, stay alive, right? Because times continually change. And I know y'all see what's going on around you. So you have to have good people on your left and right, because as time changes and things don't necessarily get better sooner, you know, you have to be prepared for the worst. And for me, you know, my whole focus is so far, you know, beyond where I am right now. You know, most of the times our focus or our gaze is beyond the finances that we have. And of course, you know, mine is as well. But I know, you know, I've seen the things come to fruition, you know, through God's blessing. You know, it's amazing. You know, I won't get off on a tangent, but, you know, it's things that I'm trying to accomplish. It's little things that I'm trying to accomplish, and God always comes through and he makes a way for us, you know. Just recently here, you know, we are doing an expansion to the business. So in order to do this, you know, I had to kind of go all in to get to where I wanted to go. And so, you know, I have a deadline of a house to complete, and I have a deadline of keeping the business going at an optimal pace. And so what we did is we built up as many bricks as we could. I bought like about 100 bags of cement, and I think we used, you know, maybe 75. We used 75 to make, you know, 5-inch bricks. Anyway, I know this might not mean a lot to you, but we had about maybe 4,000 bricks that we had set aside, you know, because we have them on a pallet. So we was able to stack them nice and neat in the area. And so after that, I needed to make some more for the house, because it's just been so busy that I haven't even been able to make my own bricks for my house. So I made sure that we stocked up enough, and then I went straight to making bricks for the house. So at that time, then the opportunity came, because we were able to get the crusher. And so this is more money expended, but the crusher allows us to produce bricks at a cheaper cost, which will in turn allow me to pay the guys more, you know, a higher weekly salary. And as you see everything going up, you know, things go up here, not in relation to how the U.S. inflation is, but, you know, it goes up here. And to have a little bit more in an environment like this is very good. So, you know, I'm trying to make this move, and I make this deal. And so once we acquired the crusher, you know, we had to acquire the land. And so, you know, it's working out a deal with the land that was actually right behind our business already, you know. So we negotiated, and like I say, God is always in the midst of the things that I'm doing here. I'm always asking, I'm always walking, I'm always praying, and I'm thanking God, because I know he's supposed to come through. And so, you know, for the terms of our deal, you know, they're going to allow us to pay, you know, some up front, and then the rest at a later date. You know, so once again, that's a blessing for us. And so as we're on this path, I know things get tight, you know, and I have other businesses that, you know, continue to sustain and continue to support, you know, but I know things were going to get tight, because I have stretched thin in some of these areas just to make things a little bit more profitable on the back end for us. So we had to buy more cement, because without cement, you can't make bricks, right? So we got to this point, and I was like, okay, well, we have enough money. We can get another 100 bags of cement. But now, you know, this is pretty much it. We can't really do anything. And, you know, 100 bags goes pretty quick when you're doing, you know, 10 to 15 a day. But, you know, when I'm talking about God, it is nothing that he can't do. And because the fuel has went up here, the supplier called me and said, listen, we can't just bring 100 bags out to you anymore. Like, come on. Like, man, this is a hurdle. But, you know, we're going to have to give you 150 bags. You just keep the bags. When you sell them, then you can, delay the money. Originally, I think they were trying to push 200 bags out on us. But, we didn't negotiate any deals or anything like that. But, having that opportunity to say, listen, we have to trust you with, 50 bags of cement. You sell them, whatever you do, whenever you have been doing good business with us. You have been a consistent customer that pays on time. And so we feel comfortable, bringing out 150 bags, 50 more than, you can afford at this current time. But use this, sell it, and then whenever you bring it back. Come on now. You see what I'm saying? In this lone wolf life, you would never have that opportunity because you would never make those connections. You would still be going out here trying to do a lot of things on your own, and then when you came against an obstacle, you would fall because you didn't have or cultivate the relationships to build a pack up, to build the necessary network that you need to go forward and do great things. As a business, as a person, continued growth. And I owe all this thanks to God, because at the end of the day, He gets me to this point where I can rely on people, where I can depend on people, and I can just depend on the people around me to be trustworthy, and they can depend on me to be honest and straightforward with them, giving them the realness of our situation, and just allowing God to soften their hearts and allow God to just comfortable with the effort that we're going to exert to try to make this business go forward. And so, guys, I'm really thankful of the things that are going on here. And I know it's going to take a while for this next part to get done, with the house, with the business, with the expansion. We're hoping to have the machine up and running here maybe tomorrow or the day after. Just to get the machine running is the blessing for us at this point. But then to finish doing the rest of the jobs, to kind of make it easy, that is the one thing over here that is needed. The ingenuity or the forward thinking to make it easy for the people who are going to be working for you. And the reason most things aren't easy is because you don't have the finances or the capital to push it forward to the point where it's going to be beneficial and easy, to a point where you're not going to wearing out the people who are working for you, because people are important. And people are important because most companies and businesses, money is important. And trust me, money is important to me too, but money can never be more important than the people that you have around you. And so for me, that's just what it is. We'll live and die what God has put on my heart. And so I appreciate you all for listening. I appreciate you for walking this road with me and let me share some of this journey with you. I just wish you understood how my heart feels towards you who are not here. I always, kind of think, and I know my wife gets tired of me talking about this, but I'm hoping that these videos inspire you to say, what, I can do this too. If a young black man from Mississippi can come all the way to Africa with what he has and start his business and push things forward, you can too. You can too. If you are diligent and dedicated to what God has given you, you can come out here and set things up and make things happen for yourself. Family, as always, I appreciate you for listening. And as always, enjoy the journey.